technically still in closed session. So if you just give a couple minutes, we'll do some legalities to come out and be in open session with you. I move that we reconvene the open session.
Second.
Second by Mr. Nolenberg. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Where's Mr. Pomeroy? Okay. That's a 4 vote for yes. Okay, tonight's meeting is being digitally recorded. And if you would please join me in our pledge of allegiance to the flag. Right hand over heart, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tonight, the Board of Education took no action in closed session. Okay, and I am pleased to announce we have some special recognitions tonight. Our first recognition is Commander Caron Jacob.
She's easy to spot, and I wouldn't mess with her. So this is Commander Jacob, and when we first met, she was a deputy. I was a principal at Emperor, and Caron responded to our site, and we formed a great relationship. And then Caron left Temple Station because we had heard that she was on the fast track. That was the rumor around town because she was such an outstanding deputy. And then we were excited when Caron returned as our captain. And I had heard that that probably wouldn't last long because Caron is so amazing. And we were able, as an Emperor team, to witness that ourselves and the great support and dedication that she gave to not only the Emperor community, but the entire Temple City School District and the city of Temple City. So we have a plaque just thanking you for your dedication and support. And it does say captain because she will always be our captain. So thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor for me to have served in Temple City through various portions of my career. Being the captain of Temple will always be my favorite job. So I've appreciated the partnership with Kathy, especially, and all of the schools here in the city. So thank you very much for the recognition tonight. I very much appreciate it.
Next is our very own Queen Victoria.
So as some of you know, I am a member of the Pasadena Tournament of Roses, and so it was 43 years, right, since Temple City had a queen. And so a number of my friends in tournament said they didn't really want to hear any more from me because every year I said, we've got great kids in Temple City, how come a queen never comes from Temple City? So we got our queen, and so they told me they don't want to hear from me anymore now for probably another 40-some years. So Tori represented us well. I had a unique opportunity to see Tori in the school setting, and then subsequently to see her in the tournament setting. And she knows I say this, just she thinks it's because I've known her so long. But the reality is I received so many compliments on Tori, and they said, gosh, you must have great things going on in Temple City. Not only during the tryouts do the Temple City students shine, but they said as a queen she was personable, she reached out to so many individuals, she led. Being queen, it's not an easy job because you have 6 other young ladies that have varying talents, schedules, and so part of the process when the queen is selected by tournament is to ascertain if they could lead a group of same-aged young ladies. And so Tori did that in such a immaculate job. There were no complaints, because I get a lot of inside scoop on what goes on in tournament. So Tori, thank you for representing us so well. And I warned Tori that the high school has asked that we have a portrait of Tori at the high school. And so Tori's real excited about it. And so we will be, I provided the high school with the banner honoring our banner carriers, which were 2 Eagle Scouts, both Christian Palomares and Stephen Gould from Temple City High School. And so they happened to be in the photograph of the Queen and Court float. And so I've already given that to the high school because I just happen to be in charge of that committee. And and along with that, we'll have a great portrait of Tori. So Tori, if you just make a couple queen-like comments as your reign comes to an end.
I would just like to say that it's been an honor representing Temple City. I've grown up in the city and I love it. It's really dear and near to my heart and it truly is a special place. So thank you for allowing me to represent such an amazing place.
Board, would you like a picture with the Queen? She's used to photographs.
You know I would, yes. Okay, next, our soon-to-be Dr. Kuna will be presenting our 2017-2018 employees of the year.
Thank you, Mr. Marson. I cannot tell you how happy I am to see this year. Probably, it was a little over 3 years ago, I was meeting with Jessica and Deb Maury, and we started talking about how do we bring back just honoring our folks and making sure that they felt that this really was something of value to everybody here in the district. And so we instituted a few new processes, and as you can tell, just based on the attendance today, it has worked. And so I reached out to Robin Penn, and I also asked, how is it that we can also make sure that our classified employees feel the same? And so we instituted a piece where not just classified employees recognize or nominate classified employees. Anybody can recognize a classified employee. And so it really has helped to make sure that everybody feels valued, and just so that they know just how well respected they are. Before I move on to call up our honorees, I would like to thank all of your families for letting you be here. We know the time that you put in each and every day. We know the hard work that it takes to make this a great district. And so thank you to all of your families. And our colleagues. Would you like to do that? Oh,
I'm just eye candy.
oh. All right, so I am going to start with our classified staff because we all know how important our classified staff is. We have a very diverse group of classified individuals who are receiving our honor today. And it was very difficult, and I'll share at the end for our classified employee of the year what I thank Dave Niles and Robin Penn for helping me with that process. Our first classified employee from Cloverleaf Elementary School, Gina Ciordi.
Right,
Mr. Marcy, can I have you up here, please?
More on Candy.
Well, actually, Jim, I'm going to have you go over there because we're going to take a picture. Okay. Sorry, you were first. And you have to next up from the Doug Sears Learning Center, Pam Ennis. From Emperor Elementary School, Kathy Fortner. It's so funny, we were just talking about this when retiring. From La Rosa Elementary School. There's a little inside joke. Dee Moreno. Next up from Longden Elementary School, Jennifer Smith. And unfortunately, from Oak, Will Silverborough could not make it, but if we can give a round of applause. And from Temple City High School, Sue Anderson. And unfortunately, our district representative, who is also the district employee of the year, Richie Romero, could not be here because he's working tonight, but a big round of applause for him. And to all of our classified employees, you do not know how much we appreciate everything you do each and every day. So thank you. If I could have the board please come on up and join in for a photo. Our superintendent is way too busy to sign those during the day, so. Or I could have forgotten to ask her, so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, next up, we have our Teachers of the Year. So just so you guys understand the process for this, our teachers are nominated by their peers, and it's very difficult to select and vote on our Teachers of the Year, but what becomes even more difficult is when we have to tell our teachers that our new process is to go into their classrooms to visit for about 15 to 20 minutes to view them in action, because obviously their colleagues get to see what they do each and every day. We don't always have that privilege. So this year we recruited, oh, Mr. Byers, just in time. Mr. Byers, our Teacher of the Year from last year, and Jessica Gould, to walk into all of our nominees' classrooms and see them in action. And when I talked about diversity, we had a very diverse group of teachers that we got the privilege to see this year. We went to kindergarten, up to science classes, to PE classes, to third grade, to special education. But what it speaks to is just the fact that we have so many talented teachers in this district, and it is very difficult to choose who is our Teacher of the Year, but we value each and every one of you and thank you for everything you do each and every day. So, that being said, I'm going to call up our Teachers of the Year. I feel like I shouldn't start with Cloverly again because they're going to have to stand up here the longest. But I'm going to anyway. So, first up from Cloverly, Heather Kinkart. Next up from the Dr. Doug Sears Learning Center, Shannon Finley. From Emperor Elementary School, Shelley Scanlon. From La Rosa Elementary School, Shelley Hyman. From Longden Elementary School, Dana Salinger. From Oak Intermediate, Ken Powell. Every year we have the unenvious task of choosing one of our outstanding teachers to represent the district at the county and state level. When we got to this point, it was obviously very difficult for us to choose, but the individual that we chose has spent 41 years in this district, and when we started to really talk about the impact that he's had on the number of kids that he has seen, it really is quite amazing. And the other piece that really stood out to us is 41 years later, you would still think he's a first-year teacher because of the enthusiasm that he has each and every day with what he's doing and what he loves to do with the students at Temple City High School. And that person is Jerry Lawrence. And that is it for our Teachers of the Year. So one more big round of applause for all of
This is where Jerry usually yells at everyone. All the awards are coming back. Sorry. Next year.
Okay, Mr. Would you like to address that?
I'd like to congratulate all of the employees of the year. It's quite an honor. It's really neat to see all the teachers and the classified employees that work in this district and stuff. And I salute you and thank you so very much. Also, want to mention that we are in the middle of open houses. Been to 3 and another 3 to go. And it's really exciting to see students in the classrooms working with the outstanding group. And the opportunity also to meet the School Foundation gala that was an outstanding program and stuff that helped raise some money for the School Foundation. And it was very successful. Hopefully we will continue doing this.
My apologies, this is comments about teachers. No problem. Mr. Gould, or Golder?
Just like to congratulate all the teachers, and I think that both the teachers and the clerical people are what makes the school system run so well. And it takes both groups to work together and to be able to have the success that we've been having. And hopefully we'll continue on and on and on for indefinite periods. And we also get to see during the open houses some of the teachers who've won awards and some of them who probably could have won awards at some later date. But the classrooms all look rather innovative and very full of students' accomplishments. Credit towards the teachers, I think, who help the students be able to present so much information for us to see. Thank you.
Well, besides saying the obvious, that congratulations to all of you, more than well deserved. I also want to say that both teachers, classified staff, everyone, you guys are my inspiration, why I'm here. And I've learned so much from you guys throughout these years, and you guys have shared your world with me and helped me really understand public education in a sense, and you know how each one of us and myself personally, how I could help, how I could fit in. and help pay forward for this district, given that this is my alma mater, so there's some personal pride here for me. But again, you guys, awesome doesn't even come close to describing everything that you guys do every day. And just like my fellow board members say, all I can say is thank you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Plummer.
Well, congratulations to the current Teachers of the Year and to all of our staff. And I see a lot of our staff here supporting each other tonight, which I really appreciate. And you know, each of us, having had kids come through the district, we remember the 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers that made such a connection with our kids that they almost feel like they're a part of our family. And I know that for every one of those teachers, so many families have had that connection. And so thanks to all of our staff for all of their hard work.
It's always hard to follow these guys, because they say such inspirational things. You know, speaking as a father, who's had a couple of kids go through the district here, all the employees, whether they're classified or teachers, you know, everyone teaches the kids or treats the kids with such respect, and just like they're their own family. And I personally see that as something very special. And when I made the decision to join the board, it was to really look out for you and make sure that our district is in tune with you and that you're in tune with the districts, and to give you, to assist, give you all the support that you need for the classrooms for our kids. I just really appreciate how you work together. Everyone, you go into any campus, and everyone, no matter if you're a teacher, custodian, or administration, everyone is working together as a team to do what's best for the kids. I'm not saying it doesn't happen everywhere, but it does happen here. And in my opinion, I know all of our opinions, it's very special and it's very appreciated. I don't know how you could ever make a decision on who is the best out of all of you, because you're all the best. All of you. I don't know how you do it, but someone has to be picked, and congratulations, it was you. But thank you from my heart as a dad, and obviously thank you as from a board member too. Ms. Bree, you want to say?
You know, I think they're awesome, but we really appreciate everything you do every day. This is just a small way to say thank you, and I think hopefully you got to see the email that I sent out yesterday. We mean that sincerely. It's a family effort, it's a team effort, and I'll just go so far to say is our kids are very fortunate to go to school here, so thank you.
Okay, we have a long meeting ahead of us. If you wish to stay and participate, you're welcome. If you need to go and take care of family things at home, you're more than welcome to stay.
Yeah, both those are coming through.
We are very proud. Yeah, April 1st. April 1st, yes. Yeah. I was telling Bill, you were my dancer.
That's right, you were my dancer.
We're here and we're here in number.
Okay, so we will move on to our next item on the agenda, which are public comments and recommendations. One request here for public comments. Mr. Roland Stone.
Thank you.
I just need to remind you that we offer 3 minutes for public comments, and we're not allowed to answer or make comments back to you on anything you bring up to us.
Basically here, I was a baseball tournament in Chino, California, and Triple C was in the same tournament we were in, that Rancho was in. The day before I finished the game, prior to me getting there, I was there at 2 o'clock, an hour before our game started. I was parked back away from the big field so we could get the baseball. And there's an open field out where I was parked out there, nobody's out there. Triple C was waiting over by the gate on benches waiting for the bus to pick them up. Slowly a couple players came over there, so I get balls to them out in the outfield. Well, one ball came and I saw it go across the street by my car, and I said, where did that came from? And one of the other parents was there, he said, that one went right over the back of your window in the back of your car. And about that time, another one came and broke my window of my car. And it's one of the Triple C High School baseball players. But I don't know what else to say to that. He's under the supervision of the coaches, so like that, I feel he might be responsible for the damages, which was $530 for the window. That's all I can say, really.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your comments, sir. Okay, item number 12 of our agenda is district updates. Business services, Ms. Mary Ann Sorrell.
Good evening. I want to give you a quick update on the bond. So at Temple City High School for Phase 1A, which is the new 2-story classroom building, concrete is being poured on all exterior walkways this week. Landscaping irrigation is also being installed. The plants will begin to arrive at the end of this week and they'll will be placed next week. The elevators are also being installed this week. And the electrical was up and going April 15th. For Temple City High School Phase 1B, which is the new pool, locker building and field modernization, the plans have been reviewed by DSA, and there are a few revisions and clarifications that are requested from the architect that are in progress. Constructability review is ongoing with the drawings. Longton Elementary, the contractor has mobilized. Demolition and abatement is complete in the first 8 classrooms that are being modernized, and the interior framing will begin this week. Cloverly and La Rosa, modernization phase 2 are at DSA, and Telecus continues to work with the architects until we get all of our responses from DSA. One other comment, I mentioned to you earlier this year that we had replenished all the emergency supplies as far as food and water at all the sites. And I wanted to let you know that now all the other supplies have been brought up to our JPA regulation for each site. Thank you.
Thank you. Educational services, Dr. Kissel.
Good evening. I just wanted to share, I heard about some of the open houses that have happened recently. I wanted to let everyone know that Oaks is tomorrow, and then looking forward to the Roses on the 25th. Oak is at 6:30 tomorrow, and the Roast is at 5:30 on the 25th. And hopefully we'll be able to go out and see some of the evidence of some of the wonderful employees of the week, or the year, that were honored tonight. We also have a PAC DAC DLAP meeting tomorrow here at the district office in conference room B, and that's from 3:30 to 5:30, and it's a packed agenda to end the school year. And then I just also wanted to say I'm wearing this for a reason, because I wanted to honor 4 of our administrators who will be walking tomorrow at the USC graduation. I just wanted to congratulate them for their completion, because it's a pretty significant journey. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you. Personnel services.
Just to kind of piggyback on all of the great things that our teachers do and our staff, this weekend we had the gala for the foundation, and so many of our staff were there participating and helping out and just making it a great event. So not only do they assist in the classroom, but just anywhere they can, they're always there. So I just really appreciate our staff.
Okay, bargaining unit comments. TCEA.
Nothing tonight?
Oh. CSEA 105.
I
Welcome.
speak to Art 5 times a day, so we're good.
I take it you're a satisfied customer.
So far.
Okay. California School Employees Association 823. Comments. Alrighty. Moving on to item 14, our student board member comments.
So April 21st was the Student Expo, and it was a really great event. And prom is going to be on May 20th at the Alma Nightclub. May 25th is Youth Committee's last meeting at 5:30 at City, in the City Hall. If anyone would like to go, that would be really great. And also on May 25th is the special special education prom happening from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the school gym. ASB is really excited to be working with the district and other districts on that. Everybody will be dressed up and it will just be prom, there'll be food, decorations, and music. May 26th is going to be the Renaissance Assembly for seniors, and AP testing has been going on for last week and this week, and we've all been very excited about that.
Thank you. Board member comments. Mr. Gould, do you have anything else to add?
Yes, I do, actually. Sorry about that. Besides the gala and open house and stuff, I also wanted to admit that earlier this week at the Emperor was the recognition awards for the students and stuff that the teachers gave. It was it's a ceremony that's been going on for quite a few years, and Mr. Whiskey over at Emperor has been carrying it on for the last, I think, 4 years or so, and I think did an outstanding job on it, and it was really neat to see the kids and stuff and all the teachers that were there too and stuff. It was another factor as far as how great Temple City School District is. Also want to mention that May 31st in this room will be the blood drive with the American Red Cross. If anybody would like to donate blood or continue donating blood, please call Emerald and get your appointment date or time. And it's good. I'm working on calendar 14.
Mr. Nolenberg.
Yeah, I just like to thank the people that put on the STEAM program at the school at, I think it was Emperor. And it's good that they consolidate all the different types of STEAM items we're working on. Also, I'd like to thank all the teachers for their contribution to the school district. And I guess Tuesday was the official Teachers Recognition Day. Also, the Temple City School Foundation met, and one of the things that they spent most of the time on was the gala that was to be on the next Saturday, and which was, I think, a success. And there was this substantial number of people there, and I think everybody walked away happy. Hopefully they did, and it was well worthwhile to help raise money for the school foundation to be able to give back to the schools, being different contributions to the teachers and anybody else who have a project that helps the students in the classroom. And then I'd like to thank the ASB for their presentation today, and also all the winners for the teachers awards, and the rest of the Queen and her court, and the rest of the people that attended today. Thank you.
Mr. Bill, please.
All right. Okay, this is the slow part of the year. Just kidding. You know, there's too many things to mention. There's so many great things happening. And we're just running, I know I'm running at full speed all the way until the end of grad night, and then after that I can sleep for a couple days. But you know, it's so exciting to see all this stuff happen year in, year out. Something I look forward to very, very much. Everything from our open houses to our special performances, and to all of our kids who are either promoting, moving on to higher grades, and or graduating. Like, it's just yeah, I just look forward to the experience as we go on, and congratulate everybody that was honored tonight. Thank you.
Mr. Pomeroy, please.
Okay. Yes, it is an exciting time of year. I've enjoyed open houses so far. I've visited as many classrooms as I've been able to, not enough, but always try to see more. And one thing that's really struck me this year in particular, I've seen a steady move in this direction, but you know, the way that our staff present themselves, it just feels more professional every time. Not that it wasn't professional before, but the way I see teachers interacting with parents and the way I see teachers talking to me also, again, is quite professional, understanding our various roles. I'm there to see what's happening, to understand, and to learn about what's happening in the classroom, and they you know, respect our roles and know who to talk to when there is a concern. And I just see, you know, well-functioning schools, which comes from good administration. So I want to thank all of our administrators for that. I was unable to attend the Schools Foundation event last weekend. My daughter was playing a concert at the same time, and also my in-laws are visiting from Florida. So I regret that I was not able to be there. I'm glad there's so much board representation, and glad to hear that it was so successful. And the STEAM event was outstanding, and you know, I think we have at least one team going to CIF, right? Baseball? Volleyball, says Mr. President. Okay, well, go get them. Okay, thank you.
Again, it's always hard to follow these guys because they say everything I've already got written down. Yeah, the open houses so far that I've been to, you know, incredible. Like Mr. Parma was saying, how the teachers are so willing to interact with the parents and showcasing, letting the kids showcase what they've done. It's like the open houses are really run by the students, you know, as it should be. It's their show. It's their time to shine. And I thought it's been really cool. Congratulations to our sport teams and a couple of teams that are moving on to CIF. Always go to support them. Those athletes work very hard, you know, to hone their skills on the field and in the classroom, because a lot of them are very high achieving in the classroom too. That takes a lot of work on their parts. I was able to attend the Unheard Stories that was put on yesterday by our ELD mentors group, and Teresa Wong, I think her last name was. So I really, I enjoyed it. It opened my eyes. You know, these students are really taking a big jump, coming from another country and then coming here and our culture, our way of doing things and trying to fit in and, be a kid at the same time. Having traveled to foreign countries and not being able to take care of myself in foreign countries, I know how scary it is. So I really congratulate them for their perseverance and their strength and their determination. But even if it was just the programming that the high school is doing with them, it's really paying dividends from what I see, and I really hope it continues. Yeah, a couple more open houses and graduations coming up, so I hope for a very good end of the year. Ms. Green.
Well, as you said a couple times, it's very hard to follow the other board members, so you can imagine my position.
You're so good at it.
I just will say that Mr. Nolenberg did make a comment that everyone left the gala happy, and I was especially happy because during the live auction, I continued to put my paddle up so that Helen Marston would continue to outbid to drive the price up of certain items. And Lisa Kidd's husband, Steve, the live auctioneer, did a great job. So yes, Mr. Nolenberg, I did leave happy.
So I learned a lesson. I don't let my wife go to the gala by herself anymore. She had a great time. She's always happy to do what she does. Okay, I have no written comments, so we will quickly move on to our discussion action portion of the agenda. I will move that we approve the new career technical education course descriptions. Seconded by Mr. Gould. Any discussion or questions?
Just one, do we need any more classrooms for these? Or are we just gonna?
Dr. Maria, do you want to come up and just address that and maybe just give a quick little overview of the work you've been doing? Because Dr. Maria has been doing an outstanding job in building the capacity for our programs.
So one of our goals in developing our career technical education and being in compliance with our career technical education incentive grant from the state was to develop rigorous career pathway programs. And so we are in the process of changing over all of our what was once known as regional occupation programs, ROP programs, into rigorous career technical education programs. So the change of the curriculum is to make all of our career technical education courses A3G compliant for UC and CSU recognition and admission. And so that's what we're doing. We've almost completed that. So that's the change of course, but it doesn't change the teachers, it doesn't change the location, the rooms. It just changes the courses so that they are tied more accurately into the careers in which their pathway resides. So, and makes them a little more rigorous.
Did we get special money for this before in the past?
We are in the second year of the grant.
No, before the grants came to place, did we get money under the one that where the county took, what, $40 million out of this? Is this the same pot?
So what you'll recall is, in the past, we received ROP money. And then the ROP money went away, it was taken back, and instead this CTE money grant was given. So in the first year, the district has to match 1-to-1, the second year 1.5-to-1, and the third year 2-to-1. After year 3, the state no longer funds it, and the district is expected to remain funding at that level going forward. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. But this is the same $40 million that the county diverted, is that a good word, diverted?
I don't know what to say to that, but I don't know that it was $40 million, but it certainly wasn't $40 million to us.
No, but I mean, for the whole area, didn't the county take almost all of the training money for adult education in the sense of career?
So adult education funding was different. This is just the ROP funding, and that ended and it was replaced by the CTE funding.
And the last thing I'll say is I don't want to give the impression that the coursework wasn't rigorous prior. However, what we're doing is we're aligning it to the CSU UC standards as far as the written curriculum.
There's just 3 of them.
Tonight, I believe there's
3. Is there some more coming?
there will be.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I would just like to ask just a little clarification. Kind of have our understanding of what manufacturing logistic management is.
A shop manager, so the capstone course would be not only, the capstone course would be to manage the shop, to actually run the goings on, and learn the skills required to be a manager of a shop.
Okay.
And what we're trying to build in also into that course is OSHA certification. So the students will leave the capstone course, that shop manager course, with OSHA certification, safety certification.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, though.
So they graduate from high school, they have that certificate.
When they the hope is that when they graduate from high school, they will have an OSHA certificate, which will make them employable.
And ready for employment.
Okay. So it's been moved, Mr.
Oh, actually, I just have one very, very quick question. And it's probably in here, and I'll be honest, I didn't read through every single fine detail this evening on that, but I'm just curious, as part for staff or training for this, how much training are they asked to do as far as, I'm assuming there are classes that they need to take and that sort of thing, and they could vary, obviously, for which class that we're talking about, so.
Training for the instructors?
Yeah.
So in order to be part of the career pathway and CTE program, you have to hold a career technical education credential, and that requires real life employment within your industry sector. So they're not only meeting educational requirements, but they're also meeting real life in the workforce career experience that they're bringing. And then we have advisory boards that we're implementing, which we'll be partnering with employers so that we can continually update our curriculum to make sure it's in line with what's actually going on in the industry.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Mr. Gilbert?
Just to follow up, is this full-time employment or part-time employment?
So students, when they graduate, they have options to go to college or straight into career job. So it would vary based on what, they can go to trade school, they can go straight into the workforce, or they can go into the university system or the community college system. So giving students options to gain certificates, specialized training, or actually 4-year degrees. So opening the doors, and many doors for them to choose.
The one piece I will add, we have Lisa Kidd in the audience as well, and Mike is heavily involved in working with us, as long with Elias Borgelli, in creating coursework, and I believe it was even Elias who suggested the OSHA certification, and then his desire to be certified in order to provide that for the kids. So going forward, we continue to desire to work closely with high school, because we can have these great ideas for courses, but if we don't have the instructors and the willingness of the administration and great teachers to cause the kids to want to engage in those courses, this could all be for naught. So just want to thank you, the 3 of you sitting back there too, for your involvement in all this. Thank you. You can smile too, Nat, and we want to thank Mrs. Penn for just being here.
I'm leaving this.
I have to say, I read through a lot of it, I didn't read everything, but the advanced graphics communications, I'm sure you wrote up and were involved in, I thought was very encompassing. These kids are gonna come out of this class and just be outstanding.
That's my goal.
If you can accomplish half of what you're studying here, they're gonna be incredible students, so, kudos. Thank you very much. Oh, is that going on? Was there a little sibling rivalry going on over there? That's a good thing. And no camellia tree, right? No. Okay, so the motion, it's been motioned and seconded to approve the new career technical education course descriptions. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0. Okay, I will move that we approve the college readiness grants described by Melissa Kistler.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nolenberg. Do you have anything to add, Dr. Kistler?
Thank you once again. Basically, I think it's just a really nice piece of money to talk about Sacramento to us that we can, in addition to what is already happening with the CTE, we can use those materials for our seminars. For Get Focused, Stay Focused, we can provide opportunities for Dr. Sears that go along with this idea of developing these pathways as well. And so the other piece that I really enjoy about this is that we're looking to have some follow-up in the end, so we can see what our students are doing after they graduate from high school, and that will also help inform our instruction and where we will go with these pathways.
Okay, if I remind you, this is, we had the public hearing on this last week. And so tonight, we vote to approve or disapprove. So it's been moved and seconded that we approve college grants. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Okay. Do I have a motion to adopt resolution number 1617-19, which is approving assignment of delinquent tax finance authority for fiscal years ending June 30th, 2017 and 2018 and 2019.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Nolenberg. Oh, no. Did you move that, Mr. Nolenberg?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Nolenberg moves.
I will second.
And Mr. Bell seconds. There we go, there we go. Teamwork. Mr. Rowe, do you wish to add anything to this?
So you may recall that when we get state funding, the LCFF funding, any amount that we get from property tax reduces the amount of LCFF funding that we have. So when there are delinquent taxes, people end up paying penalties and fees on top. If we wait until those folks actually pay and pay their penalties, that will just reduce our LCFF funding. If we quote unquote sell that receivable off to this group, they pay us the amount that we're due, and we get a 10% premium. The 10% premium is unrestricted and does not affect our funding, so just additional resources for the district that are unrestricted.
So we get 10% of what they're receiving on the penalty?
No, on the total tax due.
Right.
Right. So if you flip to the back of the agenda page, this will show you that average. So we go anywhere between 9,000 to 14,000 or 15,000 a year, depending on how many people are delinquent on the property tax.
And that was the profit we then basically, and not the tax itself.
Correct. So they will pay us the property tax that are due to us, and a 10% premium on top of that.
And then they make their, this company makes their profit, everything about 10%.
They wait for the all the fees and penalties. But if we waited and received those, it would reduce our state funding.
And the state determines what company we use? Because if we use the LA County tax assessor, we are penalized, right?
Correct. So there's two pieces. One is we're gonna wait a while to get that money, and any of the penalties that the taxpayer pays would reduce our state funding. What this does is we get our property tax are due to us, which does reduce our state money, just like every other property tax. The big bonus for us is the getting it quickly and getting the 10% premium.
And this is a continuation of an agreement that's already in place?
Yes,
Yes.
Different company.
this is the same company that we did
So what,
2 years
the
ago.
last couple of years?
A couple of years ago, they changed.
How often do we have to approve this? Is this an annual thing we approve, or we approve it
It's
every
usually
2 or
every
3
3
years?
years.
Any other questions?
No, thank you.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
The roll call vote.
It is? Sorry, I mistake. Okay, Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, you will go. Go ahead. One more time.
All right, Mr. Bell?
Yes.
Mr. Gould?
Yes.
Mr. Nolenberg?
Yes.
Mr. Marston?
Yes.
And Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Okay, item 21 here. Do I have a motion of rejecting liability claim against the district for auto damage repair?
Second.
Do I have a motion?
I saw moved.
Moved by Mr. Gould,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Nolenberg. Is there any discussion?
Excuse me.
Mr. President, may I?
Yes, please.
Thank you. And sir, I appreciate your public comment tonight. This is when we act on this particular item, and we have heard you. I've certainly heard you, sir. And whatever happens with this, you know, a claim against the district is not the end of the proceedings, as I understand it. And in your documents, sir, you expressed concern that we might wait to act on this and let more time go by, and that was only a couple of weeks ago, and so I do think we're acting promptly. The only thing I'd say to my fellow board members is that my understanding then, you know, given our fiduciary obligation to our community, is that when there are factual disputes, you know, there are processes that have to play out, and so my understanding is that our insurance company has recommended that we take the action tonight of rejecting it. Is that correct?
Ms. Rose, respond to that question.
Thank you.
So whenever we receive a claim of this nature, we have a process. We receive all the information from the party that's making the claim, and we forward that to our insurance carrier, and then they study the information and make a recommendation to us, and this was the recommendation from our insurance carrier.
Any other comments to me? It's been moved and seconded for rejection. All in favor? Aye. 5-0. Okay, do I have a motion to accept the TCEA 2017-2018 interest statements for negotiations with the district? Moved by Mr. Nolenberg,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Gould. All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the district's 2017-2018 interest statements for negotiations with TCEA?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Nolenberg. I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Okay, I will move to receive board policies for second reading and approval. Board policy 5030, student wellness. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gould. We received this at our last meeting for first reading. Does anyone have any comments or questions concerning the board policy?
Just one question.
Yes.
The federal government changed some of the rules for food programs. Does that affect this at all? I don't think it does. but-
The most current law change?
Well, the one, though, and this is a long one. add food?
Well, any of the, and Mr. Earl can even respond more in depth if you would like more information. Every time there's a change in legislation regarding the nutrition program, we have to make the appropriate adjustments. So even if they loosen restrictions, there are certain guidelines that we still need to follow regarding, because it's beyond a bit more than what it's portrayed to be in the media.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor for receipt?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Okay, I move that we receive board policies for first reading. Board policy 2140, evaluation of the superintendent. Board policy 5145.7, sexual harassment. Board policy 6146.3, reciprocity of academic credits.
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Pomeroy?
Sure.
Okay.
I just have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Just, again, we ask this all the time, but, so these are changes recommended by the California School Board Association?
Correct. The one piece that I might add is, as we're continuing to go through our board policies and the updates, as Emerald can attest, come consistently, we're noting that a number of policies had not been updated for numerous years. So we're going through that process as well. And each time we review a policy based on what CSBA recommends, we also look back to see when the last time was that the policy was updated, and then we work within to ensure the administrative regulations, which don't come to you, are also updated.
Well, these three seem important, so glad to hear that glad to see that they're brought to us. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Do we as board members have to take a class? A long time ago, we had the online class for sexual harassment and some other one. I don't know. Are we exempt from taking any online classes as board members?
No, sir. You, it's every 2 years, and so you'll have to be taking it again online.
2 years from now?
No, you'll be taking it on really soon.
Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Okay. Moving on to our consent agenda, which is routine items reviewed by one motion and one vote, unless a member of the board or audience requests that any item be reviewed and voted upon separately. Is there any such request?
Mr. President, I'd like to vote separately on item 27.
Item 27, okay. Okay. We'll get a motion in a second, then we'll move comments. All right, I move that we approve consent agenda items 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, that's it.
A second?
Second by Mr. Pomeroy. Are there any questions or comments concerning any of these consent agenda items? Mr. Earl.
So if I might, I replaced the purchase order report that was given to you last week with a new report, which might be one of the issues that you have has been removed from this purchase order report. It was an error. Thank you.
Any more comments or questions concerning these particular items of consent agenda? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0. I move that we approve the payroll documents, warrants, and contracts and purchase orders.
Second that.
Second by Mr. Pomeroy. Any questions or concerns?
My concern is that there's another item in there that, in relation to.
Mr. Gould, I'm aware of the item that you're referring to. You will note in this revised report that that item is not there. That was an error that was included.
186, 187.
Oh, that's a different one. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other comments, all in favor for approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, 4 yes, 1 abstain. Mr. Gould, abstain. Okay, are there any last board member comments? Ms. Jessica? You're leaving? I guess Ms. Jessica has some tests tomorrow, so she needs to be taking care of her job. Any comments? Hearing no requests, I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting. Excuse me, I move that we reconvene to closed session. Second by Mr. Gould, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.